Marketing Your Private Practice is a podcast where you'll learn easy to implement tips and strategies to grow your business without spending all day online. I'm your host, Colaiacovo, and I teach practitioners the Thrive marketing method to create simple and streamlined plans by focusing on long-term strategies, not just social media. Discover ways to spend less time on your marketing, attract more clients, and build the financial freedom that comes with a thriving practice. One where you have time left in your day for the people and things that matter to you. Do you really want to spend your days posting a ton of content on social media trying to chase down clients for your private practice? If you're like most practice owners I work with, you'd actually rather not do any marketing at all. But that's not really practical. All businesses need to do two things to stay in business: sales and marketing. But there is a way you could be doing less marketing and getting more results. And by results, I mean clients. Today on the Marketing Your Private Practice podcast, we'll be talking about the foundations of marketing a practice and how this dream of less marketing and more clients can be a reality, and not in a way that you're going to be spending all day online either. So let's get to it. Practitioners like you deserve a thriving practice helping your clients live long, healthy lives. I'm Colaiacovo, marketing strategist for practitioners and dietitians, and I'm here to tell you that marketing your private practice shouldn't be complicated or take hours a day. I help bring the joy back to running your practice with simple marketing plans that actually get you clients so you can spend your time doing more of what you love. The Marketing Your Private Practice podcast shares actionable strategies and time-saving tips that build your confidence and skills when it comes to marketing. Learn to spend less time on your marketing, how to attract more clients, and build the financial freedom that comes with a thriving practice. One where you have time left in your day for the people and things that matter to you. Okay, for all you private practice owners out there, folks with a dietitian, nutrition, or even therapy or counseling business, I have a question for you. Do you really want to be spending your days posting on social media trying to find clients? Or would you rather be working with clients, people paying you for your services? I know, if you're at all like the practice owners I work with, you'd rather not do any marketing at all. And I get that. But the thing is, if you're finding yourself spending all sorts of time online, there's most likely a good reason why that time and energy you put into marketing your private practice isn't getting results. Because that's the typical complaint I get from people who are spending a lot of time on social media. It's not working. It's not going anywhere. I'm not getting clients. I get it. And here's the thing. One of the reasons that's happening is because social media is only one piece of that recipe you want to be following for marketing success. And by spending all day long online and focusing on this one area of your marketing, it really isn't the ideal way to build a long-term and thriving practice. But I get it. You want marketing that is so easy it means you can spend your time working with clients, helping them heal and live long, healthy lives, and you don't have to deal with the marketing. But here's the thing. When we look at successful long-term private practices and dietitian businesses, many of them have one thing in common: marketing foundations and a marketing plan that allow them to do their marketing in such a way that it really helps people find them versus them chasing people and trying to find clients online by being on social media all day long. Those thriving practice owners I've worked with have their marketing foundations in place and a plan that works together with the foundations so that they're attracting and bringing in clients to the practice. And yes, I actually do mean people reaching out to you instead of you chasing them. I have one client who had their best day ever in April of 2021. They had 20 new clients reach out in one day to book with a dietitian. That's the dream. That is the ideal practice you want to have. And I will tell you, this day of 20 new clients reaching out happened because she finally stopped being random with her marketing and posting content all over social media with no purpose. Instead, we worked on her marketing foundations and got them in place to support what she wanted to do with her business, and the goals she was trying to achieve with her practice. And it worked. It's why she has these daily emails about booking consults with a dietitian, and it is why she had that awesome day in 2021. But many practice owners think that talking about marketing foundations is too complicated, kind of boring. It really can't be the way to make marketing work for a practice. And they look for the easy way out of doing marketing just by going on social media and posting content after content after content. Well, that's not the kind of marketing strategies that is going to stick with you for the long term. Strategies that can lead to having a waiting list, a full practice, maybe even needing to hire another dietitian or team member. So if you really want to be the hero I know you are to your clients and help the people who need your services, then let's get you shifting your thoughts about marketing and start today by reviewing these 10 marketing foundations that I'm always talking about, these foundations that will actually help you spend less time on your marketing, attract more clients, and grow a thriving practice. Now, in the last episode, we discussed the 4 pillars of marketing a private practice: your foundations, your messaging, your content, and your systems. And you can go back and review that if you haven't heard that episode yet. But here's the thing that you need to know about these pillars of marketing a private practice. When all of them are in place, they help the marketing that you're doing take less time. You're often going to be creating less content. You'll attract more clients with what you're doing and ultimately make more sales. And that is how your practice and you will thrive. But if you're missing any of these pillars from your marketing plans, you're probably going to find yourself spending at least 2 to 3 times more on your marketing than necessary. And that's why these foundations are so important. Because as the CEO of your private practice, of your business, you honestly can't afford to waste any time. So today we're going to go deeper into a lesson on Pillar 1, your marketing foundations. Now, there are 10 foundations I'm typically looking for when I do marketing assessments and work with clients either one-on-one or in my programs. These are the foundations you want to consider having in place for your practice or business. Now, you might have noticed I said consider having in place. It's because I know some folks out there will think that they aren't needed or important, and I'd be hard-pressed to say you don't need any of them. But there are a lot of situations where you could possibly thrive without 1 or 2. It will be hard to get to that place of less marketing, more clients, and financial freedom without using these foundations to help you get there. And when I say they are the foundations that will make or break your marketing success, here's why I say this. Whenever I do marketing assessments with my clients or reviews for my members in my Inner Circle group or my Thrive Marketing Academy, we're always looking for ways to make sure their marketing's working. When I typically find something not working in their marketing, not getting as many results as they're looking for, it's almost always because one of these 10 marketing foundations isn't in place or optimized. And that's the one big thing I know about these foundations. They really do help make marketing your private practice a lot easier and make it take less time than you might ever imagine. And that's why I focus on them as the base of your marketing plans. They're foundations. They hold you up and they support what you do. So let's get into determining a little bit more in detail what these 10 marketing foundations are. I'm going to explain what each one is, how it can help you with your marketing so that you can get to a place where it's easier to do, takes less time to do, and get to those clients that you need coming into you, paying you for your services so you can thrive with your practice. So the first foundation when we look at these that we're talking about is your website and understanding search engine optimization. Now, don't run away and don't hit stop and escape this podcast because I said the word SEO, search engine optimization. It doesn't have to be as scary as you might think it is at this point, okay? When we look at these foundations, your website and understanding SEO, this is really the main base of everything that you do with your marketing. Your website is something that you own. It's your domain. It's the URL that people go to find you and information about you. It is critical for long-term growth in a practice or business, and it is really critical to help getting your visibility out there online and making sure people know where to find you so they can learn about you and do business with you. And I challenge you, even if you think that you have a lot of referral business for getting clients, I guarantee you that a lot of people who get told to reach out to you and connect with you, to do business with you, even if someone that's very trusted tells them, they're probably going to look you up online and check you out before they make that decision. So a website is critical. I know that not everybody can have a fully functioning website done right away. You may need to start out with a build it yourself, do it yourself website system, but you really do need a website as the base of everything you do for your business. Think of it as your location if you had an office for a brick and mortar office where people would come visit you. And I know a lot of practice owners still do have an office. So when you do have the office, whether you're all virtual now, part virtual, have a hybrid of virtual and in-person, that website that you have functions the same way as your business office in person where people can go to the door. It's where they're going to go to get more information from you and even work with you. The big thing to understand about the website is how it works with the search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Most times when you hear me talk about search engines, I'm going to be referring to Google because they are number one out there when it comes to search engines. But the thing is, when you want these search engines to find you so that maybe when people are using their phone and saying, where can I find a nutritionist near me? Where can I find a therapist near me? You need your business to show up there. Your website is going to help you do that. So the first foundation is your website and knowing and understanding SEO. And we're going to do a whole series of episodes on all of these foundations and go in depth on them so you really understand what they're all about. This episode is just going to give you a highlight of what each one is so that you can check and see if you have it there. I do have a checklist that I can get you to help you go through the list, but I just want you to know we're just going to do a little highlight on these so you have a good idea of what the 10 foundations are. So foundation 1 is your website and understanding and knowing SEO. And I'm not going to scare you yet, but kind of getting to a point at some point where you put some of that into the marketing content you put out there. And honestly, with a few basic lessons, most business and practice owners can learn what you need to about search engine optimization to help people find you online. Foundation number 2 is having a Google business profile. This profile is really critical to helping people find you and your business on Google Maps and Google Search. It allows you to add your business information, photos, hours of operation, and other content that will help people find your business, especially if they're going to be doing searches like dietitian near me, therapist near me, counseling service near me, whatever it might be that you're offering when people are looking for it, your business will actually come up higher in search results if you have a Google business profile. They're free to set up. There's some things that you need to know about setting them up as well. But this foundation is actually one that can send a lot of traffic to your website from people looking for help online. And the other thing about it is you're typically going to connect it to foundation number 1, your website. So they work hand in hand together as well. Foundation number 3 is knowing your client and your keywords. Marketing your private practice is all about speaking to your ideal client, knowing what words and phrases they're using when they're searching for someone, how they refer to their problem, how they are looking for solutions to their problems online. And as the business owner, the practice owner, you really have to understand their problem and the words they're using to get help. These are some of the keywords we talk about when we talk about marketing. And if you're using those keywords, that actually can help the search engines find you because when they register keywords in your content, they'll pay note to that and it helps register you in their systems as well. So knowing your client and the keywords that they're thinking about and using for you is a really good way to start connecting keywords into all of your marketing content so that guess what? This is going to work with number 2 and number 1 foundations as well. Foundation number 4 is creating consistent new content on your website. Now, you can do this without the website, but when you put it on your website, it actually helps the search engines find you more and realize that there are pages on your website that can be of help to people looking for things when they type them into online searches. Now, when I talk about content like this, I'm talking about what I refer to as anchor content. This is the content you publish on your website, typically as a blog or podcast show notes type of page on your website. But your main website pages are content on there as well. Ideally, you want to be putting content onto your website that's full of good keywords that are going to be recognized by the search engines and helping them send people to your website because you have some of the words that those people are entering into the online searches, okay? You'll note at this point as well that we really haven't talked about people finding you on social media. The reality is most people are looking for help online using a search engine. They're not going to social media typically to find that initial person or look for that initial help. They might go into some groups or do some other things, but most times people in their nature, they're going to go to a search engine to look for a problem, or they're going to pick up their mobile phone or device and, enter something in that they're looking for help for. With these foundations, having them set up and having the keywords in there and the presence that you have online when it comes to your practice or your business, it helps all of that connect together. And so that you have a better chance of being those results from those online searches. Your content that you create as well, this foundation number 4, this anchor content, really is meant to be the base content of all of your marketing that you do and add in on a regular basis. So your regular marketing content. I'm not talking launch content or new programs or anything, but when we're talking about your marketing foundations and looking at the marketing content that you put out there online, this main anchor content that you create can actually be turned into enough marketing content to fill your calendar for a month. For some people, even more. It depends on how often you're putting it out there. But the idea is that the content that you create consistently is meant to attract your ideal clients and help you get noticed by the search engines. Those are the two big purposes there when we look at that kind of content. Foundation number 5, which is the last one we're going to talk about on this episode of the podcast, is optimizing your social media profiles. Your social media profile can actually do a lot more than most people realize. Many business and practice owners actually forget how much information you can put into your social media profiles. Optimizing them makes it easy as pie for people to be able to know and understand who you are, what you offer, how you help people, and how they can find you and your business. When people visit your social media profile, doesn't matter what channel we're talking about, they should be able to find your website, potentially find any freebies or lead magnets you might have, find your phone number and how to reach out to you, whether it's by phone or by email or contacting you. This foundation is one that really gives people a way to see who you are online and give them an easy way to click and contact you right away. And this foundation, when you optimize it, can give you instant results sometimes. I had one client and we optimized 2 of her social media channels and her website. So we did a couple fixes, quick fixes on these 2 particular foundations for her. And I will tell you what happened. Within 24 hours of making those fixes, she actually had 5 people reaching out to book a consult with her. She did nothing at all other than optimizing 2 of her social media profiles and adding something on her website. And bam, within 24 hours of making that fix, she had people reaching out to book a consult. That's actually something that I share in a lead magnet that I have, 3 marketing tweaks that you can fix to get more clients reaching out to you. So I'll put a link to that in our show notes as well if you want to learn exactly what those 2 foundation fixes were that she made. I do have a little mini video training to go with this that walks you through the exact things that she fixed, and I'll show you step by step sharing on my screen what those are. So those are the first 5 marketing foundations that we talk about when we deal with the 10 marketing foundations of marketing a private practice online. So they're your website and SEO. They're your Google business profile. Foundation number 3 is knowing your client and keywords. Foundation number 4 is creating consistent new content on your website, your anchor content. And foundation number 5 is optimizing your social media profiles. Those are the first 5 foundations. And in the next episode, we're going to cover what the other 5 foundations are so that you know exactly what you want to look at when you're checking these out so that you can make sure you're optimizing them and having them in place for your business so that you can do more with your marketing by actually doing less marketing and not spending all day on social media. That's a really big thing that I want you to understand. Marketing your private practice does not mean you have to be spending hours a day online and on social media. You really can do this in less than 15 minutes a day when you have these foundations working together so that everything that you do is efficient, effective, and gets results from what you're doing. Now, if you want to skip ahead and check out all of your foundations and do a quick checkup of your own marketing foundations, I do have a free quiz that will help you determine where your foundations stand. Plus, you'll get a copy of my free marketing foundations checklist that I mentioned. You can use this checklist to review all 10 foundations and determine if you have it, need it, got to optimize it, or are ready to use it. You'll find a link to that marketing foundation quiz in our show notes for this episode at marketingyourprivatepractice.com/2. Be sure to check out the next episode where we're going to share foundations number 6 through 10 and give you an idea of what those foundations are as well, so that you can hone in on all 10 and find out if you have all of these foundations in place for your practice or your business, because they are the way to getting you off social media all day long and posting content after content after content and coming to a place where your marketing is optimized and is paying off by getting you results like more website traffic, more leads, and more clients. The last thing I want for you is for you to be spending all sorts of time online and not enough time working with paying clients, because that's not how you're going to thrive in practice. So be sure to check out the show notes for this episode at marketingyourprivatepractice.com/2, and you'll be able to get your hands on that marketing foundations quiz I was talking about, and I will see you on the next episode. Marketing Your Private Practice with Kathy C. offers you all the show notes and resources mentioned in our podcast on our website at marketingyourprivatepractice.com. You can find and connect with Kathy on Instagram by searching for Pepper It Marketing. We love to hear any feedback you have, and be sure to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite player so you don't miss any future episodes. You can find all of our show notes and resources mentioned at marketingyourprivatepractice.com. Be sure to connect with me on Instagram at Pepper It Marketing and say hi. I'd love to hear any feedback you have, and make sure to rate and review the podcast and hit subscribe on your favorite player so you don't miss any future episodes.